Hey guys, so I went to Target yesterday and I bought those Maybelline products that I was talking to you about in yesterday's video. And I thought it might be fun, since I have a lot of Maybelline in my collection already, I thought it might be fun to use all Maybelline products today. So the only thing that I didn't have, well, actually there were two things that I didn't have, but I didn't have any kind of a lip treatment product from Maybelline. Years and years ago, I used to buy those baby lips lip balms, but I don't even know if they make those anymore. It's been a long time since I even looked. But I just use my Wet n Wild Perfect Pout lip treatment that I've been using that I love so much. So I already applied that. So the first product I'm going to use is the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. And I've bought multiple tubes of this throughout the years. It's just a really good pore minimizing primer. My skin has a lot of texture, and this smooths it out a bit, because when I was a teenager, I had acne like you would not believe. So it left scars and marks in my face, which is why I don't like using tinted moisturizers or foundations with any kind of a light coverage. I was just watching a video this morning, and the title was kind of vague, so I wasn't really sure what I was going to be seeing, but she kept talking about tinted moisturizers. And I watched it for a few minutes and I was like, oh, there's no point in watching this. I know I'm never going to buy any of these. So I clicked out of it. All right, so next step is foundation. So I bought the Maybelline Dream Radiant Liquid Hydrating Foundation, and this comes in 20 different shades. It has hyaluronic acid in it and collagen, which is great, especially if you're older. But even if you're not older, if you have normal to dry skin, your skin is going to love those ingredients. So if I was going to do this, I shouldn't have waited so long, because when I got there, first of all, it was all messed up, the foundation section for this product. So first I straightened it out because I just wanted to look like at the different shades, and I couldn't because they were all jumbled. So I straightened the section out, and when I was done, all the ones in the middle were out of stock. So all they had were the very light shades and the very dark shades. Everything in the middle was empty. So I was like, well, I could go to another store, but I didn't have enough time to start running around to all different stores, and I wasn't really sure what shade to get. Anyway, I had gone to the website and looked at the shades and really couldn't decide, because I had seen a video that someone had done about this product, and the shade that she chose should have been perfect on me, but on her, she was darker than me, and she said it was too dark for her. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm not going with that shade then. I better go lighter. And I had that in the back of my mind. So to make a long story short, all they had left for me to choose from were the very light shades, and I don't normally take a very light shade. Like in the foundation spectrum, there's fair, light, medium, medium deep, dark, right? I'm usually light. So I can't normally wear a medium shade that's too dark for me, but the fair ones are usually too fair. But since I was limited in my choices, I had to get number 8, Fair Ivory. And don't go by this color on the bottle. This is very deceptive in terms of the color it is. If you look on the bottom, okay, look at that color, right? Now look at the side. They don't look the same to me. So I don't know if this glass is tinted or if it's just the way that it appears in the bottle. All right, so let's shake this up. So I came home and I looked at this and I was like, all right, I don't think this color is going to work, but let's try it out. Let's try the formula. And if the color isn't quite right, then I will either purchase the correct shade or the closest thing that I can find to the correct shade, or I can get a shade that's too dark on purpose and mix it with this one, and that way nothing will get wasted. But that's easier said than done. It's not always easy to mix colors together to make your perfect match. So I took a little bit of this and put it on my hand yesterday. And when I first put it on there, it was very light, which I pretty much expected. But a funny thing happened. When I blended it into my hand, the more I blended, eventually it just disappeared and it completely blended into my skin, even though it was too light. So I was like, ooh, maybe this will work after all. I don't know. So let's try it together. I'm going to use my AOA Studio High Def brush in F2. And this was $10.99 at Target. I don't think they carry all 20 shades though. I don't think so. It seems to me I did not see, I remember looking at that section and no way were there 20 different shades. So if you know what shade you want, you may want to check the different websites, Target, Walmart, Ulta, CVS, wherever you shop, and see where your shade is, because yeah, not every store is going to have every color. All right, here we go. But if it's too late, don't worry about it, because really I just want to know like about the formula, because I think for somebody older with normal to dry skin, I could end up really loving the formula. And if that's the case, I will buy this in another shade. All right, let's just go like that. Oh yeah, that's too light. That's too light. But you know what? Let's just go with it. So I'm gonna look like a ghost. One thing that is nice about super light shades, or shades that are too light for you, is it is good at covering up redness, which I have sometimes. Sometimes I have it, sometimes I don't. I think it depends how much salt I've eaten recently. But see how once I keep blending it, eventually, if I just keep blending, it doesn't look that off. It only looks off when I first put that first patch of it on. Yeah, it does look a little bit. It does look a little bit light. But I think once the rest of my makeup is on, it's not going to look too crazy. But this is definitely not my ideal shade. Okay, it feels really nice on my skin. I love the way it feels. And it's somewhat tacky, but that's okay because we're going to set it with the powder that I bought. You know what? That's not too bad considering this shade is too light for me. Because if you look down here, it's a bit lighter, but not crazy light. Okay, let's move on to concealer. I'm going to use the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Concealer, and my shade is Light 33C. Don't know if I said the shade name, but anytime you want to know what products I'm using or talking about, look in the description box because they will always be listed there. And I'm going to go back in with that same brush. I love this concealer. Oh, that's right. I was supposed to be using all Maybelline. Oops. I do have a Maybelline. Actually, I have two Maybelline concealers that I could have used. Oh, shoot. Oh, well. Too late now. They don't work as well as this one does anyway. Okay, yeah, I forgot to grab a Maybelline concealer. All right, let's move on. I used to have the Maybelline Fit Me Loose powder years ago, but I had the wrong shade. I either had light or fair light. Can't remember. So this time I bought fair, which is the lightest shade they have. It might accentuate the fact that my foundation is too light, but we'll see. So the next shade up from this was extremely yellow though. So I definitely didn't want that one. And I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. powder brush and swirl my brush around. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is almost like translucent powder then. Oh good, it's not making the foundation look any lighter. Yeah, I remember really liking this formula. Now this is different than the two powders that I've been using the most recently, the Coty and the ColourPop. It's not as light as the Coty, but it's not as dense as the ColourPop. So it's somewhere in the middle. Yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. Okay, now that I have this on, okay, so now the foundation is, it's not completely like dried down. There's just a hint of tackiness to it. So I could probably put a little more powder on, but I don't want to. I want it, you know, the finish to be a little bit on the dewy side. So yeah, now that the powder is on and everything, yeah, I like this. I like this. And I'm looking at the foundation and it doesn't seem to be oxidizing. It seems to be staying that same shade that I applied initially. But we'll see, you know. I'll keep applying my makeup and we'll see if it does oxidize as we're going along, because that's the only thing you can do is wait. Now, I didn't have any kind of contouring product by Maybelline. That was the other category that I was lacking. So I thought maybe I have this Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation in the shade Classic Ivory. And this is just a hair too dark for me. So I thought maybe I could use this like a cream contour. I know I just powdered my face and you're not... Some people think that you can't put liquid products over powder. You can. It depends on the product. Sometimes it can become a problem, but I have found that most of the time it's not a problem because I use that cream contour stick by FaceStudio all the time. And I'm putting that on after I set my face with powder. So sometimes it's not an issue. Okay, so this is just a little too... See, that's just a little bit too dark for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my foundation brush and I'm just going to dab what is on the surface of the container, and I'm going to just do my contour. It may not be dark enough. No, that didn't do anything. Well, I got to do the other side so that it matches. No, that didn't do anything. Oh well, it was worth a shot, but it didn't screw up my foundation or powder or anything either. Okay, so that wasn't dark enough to use as a contour. It was worth a shot, right? Okay, for blush, I'm going to use this Master Blush by FaceStudio Color and Highlight Kit, and this is in the shade number 10. I'm just looking to see if it has a name. Nope, it's just number 10. So you get 3 blushes and a highlight, and I'm going to go in with the peach blush today. And I'm going to use this Real Techniques contour brush because this makes a very nice blush brush. I like this palette. I wish I had a contour in it though. They do make a palette that has blush, highlight, and contour, but I haven't seen it lately in a lot of stores, so I think it might be on its way out. I do really like that palette though, and if I do find a store that has it, I might pick it back up, but I'm wondering if they have like a new product in development and maybe I should just wait. I don't know. All right. Oh, I didn't do the highlight. Let's do the highlight, because yeah, this is a really pretty highlight here. Okay, now we can move on to the eyes. Maybelline revamped their color tattoo line about a year ago, I'm thinking now. They have matte ones, they have shimmery ones, they have metallic ones. This is Urbanite. This is a light peach, and it's great to use as an eyeshadow primer. So I'm going to go in with my AOA Studio High Def brush in E104, and I'm going to use this as my eyeshadow primer. The texture on this one and the finish is great for that. And it's not like a MAC paint pot, because I don't think MAC has a light peach matte paint pot. If they did, I think it got discontinued a long time ago. They still have Painterly, which is like a nude, and they have Soft Ochre, which is like a light yellow, but yeah, they don't have a light peach. So see, when that's blended into my skin, this is a good shade to use as an eyeshadow primer. Okay, for an eyeshadow palette, or eyeshadow just in general, I'm going to use one of the City Mini palettes. And this is the one called Matte About Town. The whole palette is matte. This is such a great palette, you guys. If you've never bought any of the City Mini palettes, I've had most of them over the years, and this is the only one that I've actually repurchased, because when the original one I bought got old and I threw it out, I didn't want it to not be in my collection. This is my favorite Maybelline eyeshadow palette for sure. Okay, so I'm going to go in with an e.l.f. contour brush, and I'm going to go into this lightest shade. This is just a matte beige. And I'm just going to pop that on the brow bone and the inner corner. Okay, next I'm going in with my Morphe M506 brush, and I'm going to go into this shade right here. I don't think they have names, no. I'm going to go into this shade right here and pick up some of that on my brush and do the crease. As you can see, that is quite pigmented. Yeah, sometimes, sometimes you want to just work with matte eyeshadows. You don't have to use shimmer or glitter if you don't feel like it. And there aren't really a ton of options for little palettes that have a lot of mattes in them. If you do want something more colorful that's all matte, that's a small palette, I really have been enjoying the Sugar Pill Fun Size palette. That doesn't have any neutrals at all in it though. Okay, I'm gonna clean that up and take that down after I finish the next step or two, and I'll show you how I do that because I feel like it's like too much. All right, next I'm gonna go in with a MAC 239 shader brush, and we're gonna go into this shade up in the corner here. And I'm going to put that on my lids. Okay, I'm going to go back to that Morphe brush, and what product is left on my brush, I'm just going to go a little bit more on the outside edges of my lids. I don't think I did that before. I think I just did the crease. So yeah, let's go back into that brown shade. Do the outside part of my lids because it looks better when you have more definition on the outside like that. All right, next I'm going to use this Real Techniques accent brush, and there's a really dark brown at the bottom here. So I'm going to pick up some of that and take that right along the lower lash line. I used this brush in yesterday's video, and I hadn't used it in a long time. I forgot how great that is for what I just did it for. Okay, that one is got a little gap there in there. Okay, let me show you now what I was talking about before. Okay, those of you that have been with me for a long time probably know what's coming next. This is an e.l.f. C brush, and yeah, it just says C in parentheses. And what I use this for is I use it almost like an eraser. If I feel like I have too much eyeshadow in any given place, I just blend with this and it just blends it away. It's like magic. So I'm going to go right on the edge of that crease shade and just blend. See how that blended out the harsh edge there? Yeah, I'm not sure how that works, but it's pretty amazing. So see, that just took those harsh edges, got rid of them completely. Okay, next I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Gel Pencil Liner in the shade Deep Teal. Yesterday, I also did a look that was teal and browns and warm tones, and I really liked the way those colors went together. And it's funny because I always used to put teals with gray, or at the very least taupe, but I think they look good with browns too. I love these eyeliners. Okay, now the third new product that I bought, it's not new, but it's new to me because I've never tried it. You know what? Before I do that, let me use this. This is the Maybelline Brow Precise Micro Pencil in medium brown. I'm going to do my brows off camera because I don't have a Maybelline brow gel, so that means I'm going to have to use just this, and it's probably going to take a while because it's a micro brow pencil, so I'll be right back with my brows done. That is a really nice brow pencil. I haven't used that in a while, and I enjoyed that. Okay, so here is the third product that I bought yesterday, and everybody is talking about this mascara because I don't watch reality TV shows, but apparently there was someone on one of those shows. She was on The Bachelor, I guess, and she was showing herself using this mascara, I think, on the show. I don't know. And then I saw a clip of somebody using it that had bought it, and I was like, wow, that looks amazing. I have to try that. So it's Maybelline Lash Stiletto, but there was some controversy, not controversy, but there was some confusion about which was the best formula to use. Some people like the waterproof, some people like the regular. I bought both. I bought the regular and the waterproof. And so let me curl my lashes. So yeah, I thought what I would do is use one on one eye and the other formula on the other eye and see if there is a difference in how it applies, how does it look, how does it affect the curl. I'm just going to do it again just to make sure. I have a very good feeling about this. And you know, over the years, I've seen this mascara in stores and I've thought about it, but I never heard anybody talking about it, and I don't know. You tend to go for what people are talking about, I guess. Alright, so let's see, which one are we going to use on which eye? The way I'm holding them in front of me, the waterproof one is on my left, so let's just start with that, I guess. Okay, the wand is like the Essence Lash Princess wand, but it's longer. And I touched it yesterday when I bought these with clean hands, of course, and it had stiffer bristles on it than the Essence one. Okay, it doesn't, my very first thing I can tell you is it doesn't deposit as much color as the Essence one does. Well, at least not to my bottom lashes. And I don't see a ton of product on the brush. Let me dip this back in and see if I can get some more product on here. This is pretty dry. All right, let's go in. Yeah, this is quite dry. It's not depositing much product, but what it is depositing is making my lashes look nice. But wow, I would have to apply an awful lot of this, I think. Okay, so it does build. Yeah, that is pretty. That is pretty. But I don't like how dry it is. But my lashes look lengthened and volumized. Okay, let's try the regular formula now on the other eye. There's more product on this brush. Wow. Okay, so there is a big difference from one to the other. Okay, so just doing the bottom lashes. Yeah, this doesn't feel the same at all. Wow. It is like a different formula. I mean, obviously it is. Waterproof mascara and regular mascara do have different ingredients in them. If you read the ingredient list, you'll see that they're not the same at all. Okay, even though this had more product on the brush, it still isn't depositing a lot of color. So I'm going to dip it back in a couple more times. It's not making my lashes clump together. I can just add as much as I want. They're both nice, guys. They are both nice. And I feel like the waterproof one held the curl better. The regular one, as I was applying it, it looked like it was taking the curl out that I had just put in. But the end result is I think they both look good. But see how when you look at my lashes straight on, you can see these sticking up more. That's the waterproof side. It held the curl better. On this side, you know what? Let's try something. I'm going to take the wand and try to lift the lashes by like pressing on the base of them and pushing. Okay, that helped a little bit. It's kind of a little trick you can do. If you have enough product on there and it's like, not cakey, but if you've got enough product on there, it will act like a, sort of like a bonding agent, and you can manipulate it a little bit. So just press on the lashes to make them stand up a little bit more. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I think my lashes look, let me look up so you can see. These are nice. These are really nice. I can see why people are talking about this. It's just so strange though, huh? Because this has been out for, this is one of the oldest mascaras that Maybelline has had in their lineup. I can't believe I'm just trying it now. All right, so all that's left is lips. So we're going to use a Maybelline Shaping Lip Liner in 102 Beige Babe. I'm just going to line my lips. And I'm going to use the corresponding lipstick, which is number 545, Beige Babe. By the way, if the lighting looks weird today, it's pouring outside. And when it's raining, the lighting, the color and tone and all that stuff, white balance, all those things kind of goes off when it's raining. But that is the finished look. And as far as the 3 new products go, I do really like the formula of this. And it didn't oxidize, I don't think. And yeah, the color is a tiny bit too light for me, but it's not that bad. But I think I like it enough that I think I will either get the shade that I should have bought if they had had it, or buy a shade that's too deep on purpose and mix it with this. One or the other, but I do like this foundation. The powder, I already knew I liked the powder from before, but the fair seems to be like a translucent powder, so that worked great, and it did not alter the color of my makeup. And the mascaras, I like both of them. The waterproof one is more work because you have to keep going over it and over it and over it more to get it to look the way you want it to. But the regular one is going to affect the curl. So I'm thinking maybe the waterproof would be better. Of course, I don't know how difficult it's going to be to take it off at the end of the day, but the waterproof one, because there wasn't a lot of product applying, I don't think it is going to be difficult. I have a feeling that that will be not a big deal to remove that tonight. So that is it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Thanks for watching.